Hey, Tech Vibe fam, today we're going deep on Apple's next iPad Pro, the M5, which could be the biggest Pro tablet upgrade in years. Stick around, because what we're seeing now might change how you work, create, and play for the next half-decade. What if your iPad could anticipate what you want to do next, open the apps, move files, even shift its camera angle just for your call? That's part of the promise the M5 iPad Pro is bringing. As of now, everything points to a fall 2025 launch, with October being the strongest candidate. Apple's supply chain is reportedly already producing OLED panels for it, and testing is in advanced stages. The M5 chip itself is said to be in mass production. It's pushing toward being ready for consumer hands before year's end. If history is a guide, Apple could announce it alongside the iPhone event or in a dedicated fall special. Then pre-orders might open a few days later, with units shipping by mid to late October, or maybe early November. But as always, leaks can be wrong, and delays happen. So, what's new? Let's break it down into display, performance, cameras, connectivity, software, and usability. Then we'll ask, is it worth upgrading? On the display front, the M5 model is expected to keep the OLED/tandem OLED architecture introduced with the M4, but with refinements. The brightness, color accuracy, and energy efficiency are rumored to improve. Also, some leaks suggest slightly thinner bezels, giving more screen real estate without growing the body too much. Rumors also hint at new size options, maybe an 11.5-inch and a 13.5-inch model, instead of sticking strictly to 11 and 13. That gives users more flexibility, more canvas when you need it, still portable when you don't. Under the hood, the star is of course the M5 chip. While earlier it was hoped Apple might jump to a 2nm process, so far the signs are it will continue on a refined 3nm node, improvements in architecture, transistor density, and internal optimizations. Some sources project around a 25 to 30% performance boost over the M4, especially in GPU tasks. That's meaningful. Along with that, memory is getting an upgrade. The base RAM is anticipated to begin at 16 GB, which is big for a base iPad Pro. Higher tiers may push even further, maybe up to 24 GB or more. That gives serious headroom for multitasking, large files, and creative workflows. In the camera department, one of the most exciting upgrades could be dual front-facing cameras. Apple has reportedly reserved a front camera in both landscape and portrait orientations. That means whether your iPad is upright or lying flat, the camera angle is optimized. No more awkward positioning just so your face looks centered. That also helps with Face ID and video calls. Expect better video quality, better low-light performance, and improved image processing overall. For creators, that means more flexibility in how you set up remote shoots or record content. Connectivity is another area getting attention. The M5 iPad Pro is rumored to come with Wi-Fi 7 support. That promises huge gains in bandwidth, lower latency, and future-proofing as homes adopt faster and more devices. For people moving large files or streaming high bitrate content, that's a big deal. Beyond Wi-Fi, cellular models may continue to support 5G, possibly improved in speed and efficiency. While the iPad often leans on Wi-Fi for daily tasks, the upgrades ensure it's ready when you need full mobility. Software is where this new hardware finds its soul. The M5 is expected to debut with iPadOS 26, which is rumored to bring more powerful multitasking tools, resizable windows, macOS-style controls, smarter dock behavior, better drag-and-drop across apps, and more seamless interaction with other Apple devices. Imagine having 3 apps open in floating windows, dragging content between them, snapping them to spaces, or placing them side by side dynamically. That's the kind of desktop-like fluidity many iPad users have been waiting for. And Apple Intelligence, their AI or ML framework, could lean heavily on the new neural engine in M5, making features like smart suggestions, content-aware editing, and predictive automation more powerful. Tasks like smart cropping of photos or better background removal might run faster, smoother, almost in real time. Let's talk battery life. Because Apple designs chip, display, and software together, even though the components are beefed up, the battery might see modest G-ins or maintain parity. The display optimizations and efficiency gains in the M5 could allow the iPad to last longer under heavy loads. For creators, that means more uptime during shoots, editing, or design work. On design, expect mostly continuity. The M4 iPad Pro already refreshed the look, slim, elegant, aluminum, refined build. M5 may not entirely redesign the shell. But small tweaks could appear: lighter glass, marginally thinner bezels, refined cooling vents, or improved internal layouts for better thermal management. Port-wise, I'd expect Apple to stick with USB-C/Thunderbolt as it does now. But there's speculation that data throughput or internal controllers may be upgraded to take advantage of the more powerful internals, meaning faster external drives, displays, and accessories. User experience enhancements will likely matter more than flashy new design. This could include improved haptics, better stylus performance, lower latency in touch, smarter splits in gestures, and fluid interactions when switching tasks. So, who should upgrade, and who should wait? If you're using an older iPad Pro, say with an A-series chip or early M-series, then the M5 is going to feel like a leap. More memory, more speed, better camera, more connectivity, these are real-world gains. If you're on a current M4 iPad Pro, the jump might feel more incremental, but worthwhile for power users, editors, artists, multitaskers, or anyone pushing the iPad to its limits. Especially if you were constrained by RAM or performance bottlenecks. But if your usage is light, web, video, reading, then the M4 or even earlier might suit you just fine for now. It's about matching use to power. One thing to watch out for is price. Rumors suggest Apple may keep pricing similar to today's iPad Pro models, starting around $999 for the base 11-ish model, moving upward for the larger variants. But with the upgrades, higher-tier models with more RAM and storage will command a premium. Another wildcard: supply and availability. Even if Apple announces in October, limited supply, regional constraints, or shipping delays might push availability later in some markets. If you're planning to buy, be ready to pre-order quickly. Here's a quick vision of what using the M5 iPad Pro might feel like. You're sketching in Procreate, then tapping over to Final Cut, splitting off a reference image, dragging content between them. All while your iPad is responsive, maintains battery, and camera captures you in whichever orientation suits your setup. That's not futuristic anymore, it's becoming expected. As the months go on, more concrete leaks will firm up these rumors. But already, the M5 iPad Pro feels like the device where Apple gives the tablet its next voice, a tool not just for consumption or sketching, but a legitimate creative and productivity machine.